What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about if you guys have, should you restart and what to expect if you don't restart, like what you're in for. Now, if you've been watching my videos and you feel that you have screwed up to the point where you need to restart, then it's probably best that you do. I mean, it just depends. So let's say that you guys are, if you are level 30 or above and you don't have at least maximum storage by level 31, it might be worth considering. Now, let's say that you're level 18, you are fine. If you are level 24 and below, then you're okay you're fixable, okay? That being said, you are going to want to go and watch my other videos to tell you, what it is that you need to have had accomplished to have a much easier time. But basically, by level 24, you should have every home on your map converted to a gold epic, or of that, like 90% of the gold. You should have about 400 storage unlocked. You should have a majority, if not all, of your shop spaces that you have unlocked. You should have all your shops fully upgraded as far as the time discount that you get. You should have at least a couple upgrades done on your VU tower. Now, if you don't have these things and you are below level 24, work towards getting those things. I have videos up about pretty much every topic when it comes to this game, and I can give you guys a lot of valuable information. If you have opened up a region, you will likely want to restart, because those regional maps, they didn't come out at the same time that the game came out. They came in way after the fact. So for most people like myself, we had already had a majority of our capital maps completed and done when they were introduced. However, you guys are getting them, if you're a new player, you guys have them right away, so you guys hurt more from unlocking them early on. Now, the regional maps, I know that people are super excited to unlock a new map because it's just, it's cool, and you get the trees and the hot spots and what have you, but it's not that glamorous. The only reason I unlocked it is because my capital map was maxed out, as you can see. If you haven't seen my city, I'll just give you guys like a brief tour as I talk. But basically, if you guys unlock these regional maps, you are going to have a much more difficult time doing contest of mayors assignments. You're going to have a hard time completing shipments, doing house upgrades. The assignments are going to be much more difficult because you will have those home upgrades, which if you're trying to camp at low level, that will hurt you quite a bit. You have your regional HQ shipments, which give you regional currency, which regional currency is used for buying a storage unit on that map, buying the coverage on that map, and then buying trees and hotspots and doing upgrades on those hotspots. But I have an entire video on regions and what you will expect. If you do want to restart, if you don't want to restart and you want to continue on and try to make up for whatever it is, that you've screwed up. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what level you are. I don't know what storage that you have unlocked, but I will tell you this. I did the rebuilding trick early on because I didn't know that the rare find dropped significantly. I chose to keep my city because I had all of these mayor's buildings that you can't get again. And to me, I didn't want to go without them. I had all of these educational ones, these really cool castles. This one, I have tons of just really cool stuff that I couldn't really give up. I had already had all of these epics along the back, the tall ones. I had all those gold at that point before I realized how screwed I was. So what ended up happening is when you do a home upgrade, when you haven't unlocked very many items, you will notice that when you click on a house upgrade, it tells you what it is that you get in return. So if I decide to upgrade this home, if you can see on the right-hand side, it says that I will increase my population by 607. I will get 1,433 coins. I will get 60 experience and the new coins for the sports pass. Now, when you're low level and it costs you 1 tape measure and 1 nail and you get 1,500 coins, I mean, that's a damn good payout, right? You're only given like $200-300 in items and you're getting $1,500 in return. So there is a trick. It's called rebuilding. And what you do is you throw down a construction zone, you do 1 to 2 upgrades on it for very cheap, and you pocket the change. I was able to fund a huge amount of my, I was making $200,000-300,000 a day doing this. And I thought, shit, why don't more people do this? I got coins, I got no issues. And that's when reality slapped me in the face and went, yeah, well, now what ends up happening is once you hit about level 31, those house upgrades, they cost a lot more now. And they no longer become beneficial to do. It ends up costing you money. So in the beginning, when you do a home upgrade, you benefit. But now it probably costs me, I want to say almost $20,000 in merchandise or items, whatever you want to call it, to do 1 house upgrade. It's what it costs me out of pocket. And most of the time, and you can re-roll these if you click this this refresh thing, it will re-roll the building plans needed, and it could give you guys a completely different amount. Like you could go from needing 10 bread rolls to needing 10 tape measures. It really could be that drastic, but at some point when you unlock all the levels, it's going to be totally different. Okay? At level 55 is when I realized I had completely screwed myself. At that point, actually at level 40, I had about 375 storage. And that's when I noticed that I had an okay time holding items, was when I hit about 375. And I was probably, like I said, around level 40 or so is what I want to say. And I was actually holding about 200 London items at that time, because I had built up, half my city was London, because I was under the impression that the small mountain buildings on my map, I thought those were the London buildings fully upgraded, and because that's what somebody in my group had told me. And at that time, I hadn't done my research, which I should have, but I kept upgrading them fully, and I kept going, well, why aren't they looking like those houses? And by that time, I had already done all of my landmark epics, which I couldn't, justify bulldozing those. So I was stuck with those. So I ended up bulldozing, I want to say about 60 London homes, around the same amount of Tokyo homes, the same amount of Omega homes that were fully upgraded. Like, I took a hard hit, just because of learning my mistakes and whatnot. Now, I will say this. When you hit level 55, I believe I want to say that's the level you get your last factory, because you will have a total of 12 factories, which means 60 slots for production. It might be level 60 that you get the last factory. However, once I hit level 55 is when stuff got extremely difficult. That's when contest and mayors became almost unbearable. I couldn't win anything. Everything was costing me money. I would never find rare items. Like the way that you guys find rare items, we don't find rare items the way you do. For example, in the last 3 months, I swear to you, I have probably actually seen, like on the like when you click this right here, like in this area in the global trade, I have actually seen maybe 5 rares, 5 in 3 months on this particular screen. Now, if I click low level items, I might come across rares, but it's very unlikely. Most, if not all of my rares come from the cash promotion packs. And let me tell you what, I have had to buy a lot of them to increase my storage, or I never, ever, ever would have been able to increase it because I would have been so screwed. And this is why a lot of high level players make so many feeder cities, because they don't realize early on how much they screw themselves. And by then they have too much invested into it to want to restart. if you are in that position where you have so much invested into it, you don't want to restart, or you can't justify restarting, I strongly recommend you do a feeder city. Otherwise, you will end up having to buy these cash promotions. And I don't mean real, like, you don't necessarily have to buy real cash. I'm just saying, like, you get these little promotions that pop up. And like yesterday, I got one, and it was for 10 of each storage for 216 cash. I went ahead and did that. And then you get and the only other way I get them is through the mayor's pass, and then my one a day from Daniel. So the other thing too is that I will trade rares all the time in my club. I will trade VU for storage. I'll trade Dozer for storage. I might give double or triple mountain items for storage, or I will trade coins for storage because a lot of people are hurting for coins. So, you know, I might say, okay, you give me 20 storage and I'll give you $1 million coins, you know, because coins really aren't anything to me. I know exactly how to produce them and make a ton of money. When doing it right, when I'm only working on production, not comm, I can usually get about 400,000 per shop per day if I run the amount of tokens that my city alone produces. That's a pretty good chunk of change. Okay. So that being said, let's say that you're not that high a level and you are not looking to restart, that you are not looking to bear the hell of how much you've screwed up. Let's say you're somewhere between level 20 and level 40, and you're seriously considering restarting. If you have really screwed yourself that badly, do it. If you are going to restart, do it now, because if you keep and you continue on, it's just going to be that much more annoying to have to do later. If you are at like 100 and something storage, if you have unlocked more than even one regional map, I strongly recommend restarting. Now, a lot of how you're going to fund your city, especially if you're not somebody who wants to spend real money on the game, is going to be winning the contest of mayors. And I'm telling you guys right now that winning this above level 40 is going to be extremely difficult. Okay, the people in the up top leagues, they know what they're doing. They throw down the cash and they hit it hard. You will also find a lot of hackers. So that's not, you know, okay, look at this, 134, and we still have a day and a half left. So if you guys are having issues, and this isn't even the Mega League, this is just Metro. If you guys are having a hard time keeping up, or you know, you're having issues with comm, please check out my comm video. You should have about a 2K average. I don't want to get too much in detail on that, but you are going to want to win the Mega League at low level several times before you leave level 18. Realistically, it is to get that cash prize of the like 2,000 or whatever cash that you get, and you're going to want to buy a couple of Maxis Manors with that, and then unlock all of your shops with that. That being said, I am going to go ahead and end this video, but I strongly recommend that if you feel that you guys have screwed up, that you just restart, because believe it or not, I know you guys feel like you put, you know, so much into these cities, because when you first start playing the game, it takes a lot longer to understand, you know, what's going on. Like the tutorial takes me like 3 minutes now, just because I've done it so many times, versus like 20 minutes when I first started. So you guys will be surprised that if you take the knowledge that you have now and you restart, it will go by super quick. Like you'll get to level 18 pretty quickly. You can also maybe just either turn your feeder city into your main map now, or restart and keep your city, maybe log it into a Facebook, and then that way if you decide that you want to pull stuff off of that one, like coins or whatever, that you can. If you do restart and you throw the entire city in the garbage, I would empty out your storage and your coins for, you know, somebody in your club or for your feeder city or whatever. That being said, as you can see, I am running out of storage space, so please like, subscribe, and let me know how you guys are doing, and if you guys need any help, and get back to me. Thanks.